Hello, and welcome to the Innovation Health Jam. My name is David Lindeman, and I'd like to welcome you today to our session looking at the new era of connected aging. We're going to be sharing with you issues related to technology supporting older adults and the workforce that supports them.
How do you make it so it's not increasing the burden on the individual? How do you make it so it's so easy, so that it's a passive activity, so that there really are support technologies, that the technologies are so easy to use and so available to support the individual that it's an addition. It's not additional work or additional responsibility, but it's really there to support the individual. But how do you make the communication and collaboration actually work in the clinical environment as well, but not be seen necessarily as a clinical application that, oh, I am now participating in a fall prevention program, but that it really is just part of being integrated into my lifestyle. I think when you start to think about it in those regards, it starts to get very interesting.
The value proposition is different for different parts of this ecosystem. It's a different value proposition for the older person than it is for the caregiver, right? I will spend anything to make sure that my parents can continue to live independently as they do in their apartment in Manhattan. At the same time, if you want to get technology into, my parents' home, you got to get through my mother. And you got to convince my mother that this is something that she will benefit from. But the hurdle you have to get over is the psychological one, where she looks at your recommendation of a new technology about what does it say about her. At that point in life, people are losing control of one thing after another. And the things that they still can control are the things they are going to hold on to the very last minute that they can. The problem is that they don't see the need, because just like kids, they still see themselves not as what they are, but as what they would like to be.
As we look at how older adults are going to remain independent in the future, we've got to see more in terms of wellness, prevention, breaking down social isolation and the role that technology can play in that. There's an awful lot out there right now in terms of the connected caregiver, medication reminders, and so forth. But it would be really fantastic to see a whole, expansion of products where if the providers would just reimagine how those products could be applied to an aging population, it wouldn't take much to make them totally relevant. And we really need to do as much as possible on the prevention side that will allow them not just to age in place, but to thrive in place.
Well, thank you all. I want to say at this point that we've not only had a taste of some of the wonderful ideas that we expect to be covering over the next 3 days through our forum, but we give you, the audience, and our colleagues throughout the field and older adults themselves a chance to not only communicate with these three thought leaders in the next 3 days, but also with a chance to share your ideas so that we can learn more about what you're thinking and pushing our thinking ahead as a group.